Can anybody hear me? Hello? Can everybody hear me? Okay. Okay. Um, this is tough. This is a this is a tough one to stomach. Um, Trying to hold back tears. It's not as easy as it sounds, but this is breaking news. This is breaking news on Saturday, December 26, 2020. 6 days away from the end of this horrible year, and it's unfortunately become even more horrible. Um, as you see on the screen, Jon Huber, known in AEW as Brodie Lee, known in WWE as Luke Harper, has unfortunately passed away tonight. This is breaking news. We've literally just got this news, I believe, an hour ago. I believe it was an hour ago that this news broke from the AEW Twitter account. It's on the screen, but I do want to read the text here. And it says, the All Elite Wrestling family is heartbroken. In an industry filled with good people, Jon Huber was exceptionally respected and beloved in every way. A fierce and captivating talent, a thoughtful mentor, and simply a very kind soul that starkly contradicted his persona as Mr. Brodie Lee. Jon's love for his wife Amanda and his children, Brodie and Nolan, was evident to all of us who were fortunate to spend time with him. And we send our love and support to his beautiful family today and always. Jon's popularity amongst his peers and influence on the wrestling world was worldwide and transcended AEW. So this loss will be felt by many for a long time. We were privileged at AEW to call Jon Huber a brother, a friend, and one of our own. This is definitely a loss that is going to affect a lot of people tonight, tomorrow, and going into 2020 now, unfortunately. I didn't set anything up. It doesn't matter. But I do want to read what his wife, Amanda, posted on Instagram moments ago here. I want to be able to read this and let you guys know what's going on. She said, "My best friend died today. I never wanted to write out those words. My heart is broken. The world saw him as the amazing Brodie Lee, formerly known as Luke Harper. But he was my best friend, my husband, and the greatest father you would ever meet. No words can express the love I feel, or how broken I am right now. He passed surrounded by loved ones after a hard-fought battle with a non-COVID related lung issue. The Mayo Clinic is literally the best team of doctors and nurses in the world who surrounded me with constant love. On top of that, I can't express my love and admiration for the way All Elite Wrestling has treated not only my husband, but myself and my kids. Margaret Salvi, Megan Gallagher, Cody and Brandy Rhodes, Nick and Matt Jackson, Kenny Omega, Tony Khan, and the rest of the team at AEW have helped keep me standing and pick up all the broken pieces. I've been surrounded by so much love and incredible people, I can't tag them all, but they will know who they are, and I don't think they will ever know how thankful I am for them. And that was Brodie's wife Amanda posting that on Instagram a few minutes ago. I don't even have to tell you how hard and how impactful this loss is to a lot of people, not just wrestling fans, but wrestlers as fellow co-workers and the industry in general. Forgive me if I am just stalling here a little bit, or I'm just kind of stumbling. I'm a little bit shooken right now. I'm sure I'm not the only one with these feelings as well. This one kind of took my breath away, and I still haven't recovered. I believe it was a couple of days ago that Brodie turned 41 years old, and people were even asking when he was coming back to AEW by the next year. And people were wondering how long Brodie has been out, when he would come back. Right now, nothing really else matters. I know a lot of people within the AEW and WWE and in the wrestling world are giving their condolences and tributes to Brodie and his family, obviously. And, I'm seeing a lot of people just reminiscing on the matches and the moments and the interviews and the promos that he was always exceptionally great at. It's not right. We all know that life isn't fair, but it really isn't. And they always take away the ones that tend to be the good people in life. And everything I've heard about Brodie Lee, everything I've heard about Jon, has always been somebody that was always kind to his coworkers. He was always kind to his friends, and he always provided some form of entertainment to the fans and the people that watched wrestling in general. That's an enthralling character. That's an enthralling human being that always deserves as much credibility as one of the kindest people in this industry. I don't know what this means going forward. I just know that it's going to hurt for a lot of people for a while, and this is going to be a tough one to really get through. If you guys want to post any memories or moments or promos or interviews or matches on the chat from Mr. Brodie Lee, from Luke Harper, from Jon Huber, the man, you are more than welcome to do it. This is just a live stream just for everyone to kind of come together and feel whatever emotions you're feeling right now, and all of them are acceptable. This won't go long. I just wanted to come out and just kind of have this be a therapeutic stream for a lot of people that are just not able to handle this news like I am, because my voice is just shaking. My whole core is just crumbling at a minute's notice. If you recall, the last match you saw Brodie on television, obviously, it was the critically acclaimed dog collar match with Cody for the TNT title, as he walked in as the champion. And obviously this year, Brodie was able to join the AEW roster after leaving WWE and having his long, extensive career as a member of the Wyatt family, as a member of the Bludgeon Brothers, as a tag team with the likes of Bray Wyatt and Eric Rowan and Daniel Bryan and Braun Strowman. Obviously, his work prior to that in Ring of Honor, CZW, Chikara, that goes without saying. Um, it, it really shows. It really shows how life is short. It really shows how the ones we love, we don't tell them I love you enough. And those words I love you are such powerful words. It's a powerful phrase that we take for granted a lot with the people we connect and we love with one another. And it's just tonight's another reminder to say to your loved ones, how's it going? Are you okay? You know, I love you. I will protect you. I will always be there by your side. Because tomorrow's never promised to anybody. Tomorrow's never guaranteed for anybody. The day you live will be it could be possibly your last. And it just goes to show that in a tumultuous year like 2020, we need compassion more now than we ever have in our livelihood. It is a bad day in wrestling. It's been a horrible year for wrestling in general, too. Very horrible. Just a little background. I was getting ready to I was working on some some ACW stuff going into 2021, and I just happened to jump on Twitter and I just saw the AEW tweet about this, and it took me by surprise. I looked at my laptop. I looked at that AEW tweet for at least a good 10 minutes, and I was just willing it to existence, and I was praying. I was like, this can't be real. This is not happening. This cannot be happening. This is a sick joke or prank somebody's doing, and it's not funny. And you always deny those things because you never want it to happen to those that you truly love and those that you truly care about, because they inspire you. I'm going through the Twitter line right now, and just a lot of wrestlers, a lot of wrestling staff, a lot of wrestling journalists and reporters, wrestling fans, obviously, they're all pouring their condolences to this unfortunate situation. See if I can read some of them, because I want to be able to get some of this out here. 1 second here. Stephanie McMahon just tweeted, I'm so deeply sorry for the loss of Jon Huber. We bonded over the love of our children. He was truly a family man. Hashtag RIP Brodie Lee. Can I get a hashtag RIP Brodie Lee in the chat, please? I mean, that should go without saying. Paige just tweeted saying, sending so much love to his wife and little boys. My heart breaks for them. RIP Brodie. Ricochet tweeting, my condolences to his family. Dax Harwood of FTR tweeting, when long trips away from home made me miss my wife and daughter, you always made it a little easier. Great wrestler, but perfect family man. I'll make sure Amanda, Brodie, and Nolan always know how much they meant to you. I loved being your friend. Rest in peace, John. Ember Moon, I am in disbelief. Always so kind. My heart goes out to his family. Hashtag Brodie Lee. Anna J of the Dark Order, obviously directly connected with Mr. Brodie Lee. I don't know how to feel. I'm so heartbroken. Thinking about his wife and children who he loves so much. He was such a great man and helped me more than I could have asked for. He will be missed terribly. Hashtag 99. Alexa Bliss, I'm in total shock. Prayers to Amanda and their boys during this time. I can't believe it. Rest in peace, John. John Silver, Jesus Christ. One of the worst days of my life. Oh my God, I can't only understand what he's going through right now. Nikki Cross, our deepest condolences to Brodie's wife and children, his family, his friends. I'm so sorry for your loss. You touched so many people's lives in a beautiful way. Thank you for always being kind, Brodie. QT Marshall, truly one of the good ones. My heart goes out to his wife and children. Eddie Edwards, this is so sad. A great guy, and you'll never hear anybody say different. Don't even know what else to say. Thoughts and prayers to his family and friends. You will be missed. R.I.P. Brodie Lee. As I keep reading these tweets, you can just see how many people, how many wrestlers he has touched and he has affected as being such a genuinely kind man. And we don't get that a lot in wrestling these days in terms of real beings. But Brodie tends to be one of them. Matt Cardona, the former Zack Ryder, heartbroken, a great opponent and a great man. I will miss you, John. Sami Zayn in utter disbelief hearing of the passing of Brodie Lee. I am unable to process this. I can't believe it. I can't believe it either. Jordan Grace, this year fucking sucks. That should also go without saying. Titus O'Neil, one of the best men I have ever had the pleasure of working with, as well as one great husband, father, and friend. Words can't express my hurt for his family. Please keep them all lifted in prayer. Billy Kay, absolutely heartbreaking, sending prayers and love to his family. Brody King of ROH fame. When I started wrestling, I picked the name Brodie not only for Bruiser Brody, but also because of Brodie Lee. He was someone that truly pushed the boundaries of a big man wrestler. Though I never got to meet him, I looked up to him not only as a wrestler, but also as a family man. R.I.P. Robert Roode, no words, my heart hurts. Thoughts and prayers to Jon Huber's wife and children. Jim Valley of Wrestling Observer notoriety, who's going through his own health battles this year. R.I.P. Brodie Lee, very sad. My heart goes out to his family. I'm happy he earned his well-deserved pay-per-view main event world championship match. You goddamn right. And I'm going to go back and watch that dog collar match as soon as I'm done live streaming with all of you. I'm going right back to that match and how excellent that match was. And I want to talk about that real quick, man. I want to talk about how when Mr. Brodie Lee came into AEW, came in with a lot of hype and excitement. But you knew that with him, with no chains attached to him, he was going to be a big deal. He was going to be a big star. And, his feud with Cody this year for the TNT title and how he really revitalized and changed the Dark Order for the better and really gave it that extra jolt to where the Dark Order has now become a positive for AEW. That says a lot for someone like Brodie Lee and his stature, not just as a wrestler, not just as an entertainer, but as a human being. And you can tell that a lot of people, as I keep reading these tweets, they love that man. And then you go here and you see him in that dog color match, a match that so many people loved. I was at the edge of my seat watching that match and how Brodie was able to make Cody suffer and how Cody was able to make Brodie Lee a larger-than-life character, a man that had Cody's number, took his title, destroyed everything about him. And it led to that match in the dog color match for the TNT title. And that Cody had to go above and beyond to defeat someone as strong and as intimidating and as just all around great like Brodie Lee. It's one of my favorite matches from AEW this year. It's probably one of my favorite matches now, especially of this year period, because of how powerful and what it was trying to convey to a lot of people that had an emotional investment, not just to Cody and not just to Brodie Lee, but to the story they were trying to tell us. And that is the important thing. That is the great thing about wrestling, and that's the great thing about people like Brodie Lee. They're able to tell you what they want to illustrate, what they want to convey, what they want to show and paint to all of us, and we're just along for the ride. People like Luke Harper are a dime a dozen. I mean, people like Luke Harper are rare in what they do. And I will never forget the contributions he has made to this the sport. Just want to keep reading more tweets here from the unfortunate news here tonight. Gail Kim, I'm so sorry to hear the heartbreaking news about Brodie Lee. Sending my deepest condolences to his family and friends. I want to read this from Cody. Cody posted a picture with his thoughts. My heart is stricken by the loss of Brodie Lee. It was obvious he was an extremely gifted athlete and storyteller, and his gift beyond that was to challenge you when he set the bar very high. Upon anybody's first meeting with him, it was even more apparent he was a family man and a first-class human being. I got to share his last number. I got to have his last match. That is an honor and a privilege and an experience so ferociously humbling. Thank you, Big Rig. We will honor you and your family. Cody Rhodes. It hurts. It just hurts. It sucks that we're sitting here on a Saturday night. Getting ready for this year to finally be over. For this year to finally go away and to never look back at it in any sort of glaring light or whatever. We're 6 days away from going into a new year to where hopefully things can turn around and get better. And then all of a sudden, this year just doesn't want to stop dropping unfortunate heartbreak for all of us like this. This is bad. Quite frankly, this is just a therapeutic way for me to get out what I'm feeling, and I'm sure it's a therapeutic way for all of you to come in and try to talk about Brodie Lee and his life and his legacy, not just as a wrestler, as a human being. I'll never forget the matches he had with Daniel Bryan and how he was looked upon as the next big thing, or was going to be. I'll never forget his role with the original Wyatt Trio when they were just a new, fresh, exciting thing in the WWE at the time, And everyone had their own distinct characteristic about themselves. Brodie Lee, this silent but deadly character that always had his eye, no pun intended, on the prize. Whether it was him trying to go after IC Gold and eventually winning it, or his brawls with Dean Ambrose, or his feud eventually with Bray Wyatt, or teaming up with Eric Rowan to become the Bludgeon Brothers. And you can even go back with his role with Chikara. You can go back to the battles he had in CZW and how he was able to be the new age Brody, the Bruiser Brody. I think a lot of people are going to really understand very quickly how impactful someone like Brodie Lee has been in wrestling. He's one of those guys that, fine, he might not be one of those guys that was a superstar, but you know what? He was a person that had his role, and he did it the best he could ever do it. And people like Brodie Lee are what are needed in this world, not just let alone this industry. People like Brodie Lee, Jon Huber, are what makes this world go round and what makes this world a better place. And now it's a little bit more darker tonight, unfortunately, because now we lose someone as gifted and as kind and as genuine as Mr. Jon Huber. Chris Hero just tweeted, if you've read or heard how good of a guy Brodie was, please know that he was even greater. Kind, thoughtful, incredibly talented, hardworking, passionate, adored his family. My heart goes out to his wife, his sons, his family, his friends, his fans. Love you, Brodie. R.I.P. A little side note here. I want to just kind of mention this, but I really do appreciate the fact that AEW and WWE are just retweeting their talent, are just retweeting each other. Like, shit like this should transcend petty wrestling bullshit, man. It's beyond that. I'm glad that AEW and WWE wrestlers can just go back and forth and tweet with each other and just share thoughts and prayers and memories of Brodie Lee, man. Because that's what it should be at the end of the day. That's what wrestling should be. It should be a way to bring everybody together and be entertained and have a good time being entertained. And people like Brodie Lee did that. I don't know. Sammy Guevara tweeting, "Heartbreaking is an understatement. This was taken during the Atlanta shows when we had to film a month of TV in 2 days. Brodie was so much fun to be around." And he shows a picture of that, and you can check that on his Twitter page. Mustafa Ali. "So much pain comes with losing someone like Jon, but everywhere I look, I see an entire industry paying respect and showing love to him. That alone shows what an incredible man he was." You're goddamn right, man. You're damn right. You know, it's crazy because, Brodie was only here for at least 6 months. He was here in AEW for 6 months. But in those 6 months, he made an impact in every single promo he did and every single match he was a part of. How many people really do that these days? To the likes that Jon Huber did. It's a testament to his talent. It's a testament to his heart. It's a testament to his ambition and his will. For those asking in the chat, by the way, yes, Brodie Lee, also known as Jon Huber, has unfortunately passed away tonight. And the report is that his wife posted on Instagram that he suffered a non-COVID lung issue that apparently was the reason he succumbed tonight. We have no information. We have no more information beyond that, and quite frankly, it really doesn't matter right now. We're not here to really nitpick on anything. It's just to recognize a true legend in his era and what he did. I'm sure this upcoming week's going to be a week of tributes. I'm sure Raw, I'm sure SmackDown, I'm sure NXT, I'm definitely sure AEW will have their tributes next week. This sucks. This really sucks. There's really no other better feeling to say but other than this sucks. I don't know how the good ones always seem to succumb to this unfortunate circumstance. I don't know. Kind of unrelated, but there will be no ACW Excel, so we're gonna push that to the new year. It's just not happening. I have no real passion for doing any ACW related stuff. I'm sure a lot of you can understand that. Some of you that are new here probably don't understand what I'm talking about. That's fine, but no Excel this upcoming week. No Excel. That'll just be for the next year. So that's just what happens. And look, I do want to say this too. I know that there's a lot of people out there that are gonna try to troll, and they're gonna try to take this and be edgy. Please ignore them. Please, please, please. If there's one thing I can ask you, if I can beg you to do tonight and going forward, please do not give those people your energy. Please don't. They don't deserve it. They do not deserve any type of recognition, any type of acknowledgement. They're just looking to make you even more angry. They're looking to make you even more emotional than you already are. Please do not bite their bait. Please ignore those pieces of crap. Just please remember Brodie Lee for how you want to remember him, as one of the best of his era in terms of what a big man wrestler was, in terms of an entertaining character, especially in his latter year. Please, please, please do not let these minority, do not let the very few take away what we already know as the majority. That's all I ask for a lot of you to do, please. Let's see here. I'm going through my Twitter line and just looking at all these people that are just tweeting their memories and condolences. It's something. Cedric Alexander, one of the first men I was able to train with after I was signed in 2016. He was always a pleasure to be around, hear great stories from, and was always an excellent human being. All of my love and respect to Jon Huber, Mr. Brodie Lee, and his family. Sports Illustrated has now reported the passing of Brodie Lee. The former Aiden English, Matt Rehrholt, one of the best humans I've known and has been absolutely honored to call a friend in this life, let alone this business. His amazing family was his love above all else. My heart is broken right now. I love you, my friend, always and forever. Killian Dane, such an incredible talent and a great fellow to share a locker room. You'll be missed. Charlotte Flair. It's hard to explain to people, and I'm not certain he would want me to, that the biggest, scariest man you'll ever see on your television is the kindest soul you'd ever meet. A model of a husband and father, and proof that some people are too good for this earth. Yes. This has been an awful year for wrestling. A very awful year for wrestling. We lost a lot of people in the business. You know, Shad Gaspard, Hana Kimura, Howard Finkel. You know, Pat Patterson, and a bunch of others. And now Brodie Lee is unfortunately a part of that too. I want to read this tweet from Gary Cassidy as well. Apparently he says, I remember reading last week that Brodie Lee's son got to pin Kenny Omega and win the AEW World Championship as a special dark segment following last week's Dynamite. How beautifully heartwarming yet poignant is that news now? R.I.P. Jon Huber. I would love to see that. I would love to see that if it ever comes out. EC3. Every kind word you read about him is true. Every person that says they loved him is genuine. Every one of us hurts. And every one of us is better for having had Jon in our lives. Leva Bates telling a little bit of a funny story here. After he flipped my table and I miraculously copped the laptop, he came up to me and said, my wife got mad and told me I had to apologize to you for breaking your table. We had a good laugh for months after this happened. He had such a twinkle in his eye when he laughed. Miss you, friend. Sounds about right, man. Sounds about right. Ah, man. Kenny King of ROH, shocked. He was a good dude who was finding happiness in what he loved again. Our hashtag RIP Brodie. 2020 your ass. Damn right. Preston Vance, Dark Orders 10. Brodie was one of the best humans I've ever met. We hit it off as soon as we met. He was an amazing performer, a mentor, but more importantly, a dear friend. You will never be forgotten. Thank you for everything. Drew McIntyre. Our entire brotherhood industry mourns tonight. In addition to his incredible passion and talent, Jon was above all else a great man who loved his family more than words can ever say. Please keep him in your thoughts. I'll see you down the road, brother. Hashtag RIP Brodie Lee. Adam Pierce, I'm at a complete loss. Godspeed, Brodie. If you are inclined to spare a prayer for the Huber family, my heart weeps. Chris Bay, what a damn year. Simple yet powerful. God damn, man. One of those people that I used to be one of those guys that, I'm not necessarily a BET fan, or at least was initially. I wasn't a BET fan, but man, when Brodie came into AEW and started doing the BET skits, he was such a funny, entertaining man. The way he would just bully, the Dark Order members, more specifically John Silver. And the way he would just bully the likes of other talent and just would shout out, "Who the fuck is Griff Garrison?" And just bully him. So much that became so funny that it became its own t-shirt and a meme that is going to live on forever and ever now. It's just, just great, I can only feel and I can only think about what the Dark Order and every member in it are feeling right now, because I know that they looked at him as a father figure. Ed just tweeted, "This is devastating. Jon was just great. A great, funny, immensely talented, warm, family-driven human being. All of our love, thoughts, and warmth to his family." Big E. "I hope you all get to know someone like Jon. He was the biggest family man and someone who made me laugh daily. I'll miss him every day for the rest of my life. I love you, Brodie, and I'll miss you, and I thank you so much for loving me." See here. This is a tough one, man. This is very tough. Christopher Daniels, "Trying to sum up my good experiences with you in one tweet is impossible, Jon. Thank you for the match. Thank you for the text. Thank you for the laughs." Yeah. By the way, I'm just retweeting and liking some tweets with some memories of Brodie Lee. If you want to follow my account, it's at Hakeem is winning. I'll actually type it on the chat right now if you want to follow it. 1 second. I'm just basically tweeting memories and moments and other stuff from the life of Brodie Lee. Tony Khan has tweeted 14 minutes ago here, I'm devastated by the loss of Jon Huber, known to many fans as Mr. Brodie Lee, formerly Luke Harper. Jon was a great man. His family came first. His loving wife Amanda and their sons Brodie and Nolan. He loved wrestling and was great at it. He loved you, fans. Please keep him in your hearts. Greatly said. Bryce Remsburg, who's known Brodie Lee from his Chikara days, obviously. In 15 years, I learned a lot from him, but the most important was that it's possible to make pro wrestling career and also make being husband and a dad the most important career. My heart breaks for his wonderful wife and truly charming kids, just like him. Su Young, who breaks character here. All the love and respect for the Huber family and the wrestling world. His legacy will never be forgotten. Thank you, Jon Huber, Brodie Lee, for everything you have done for this world. So, I do want to read this from Cash Wheeler from the FTR tag team in AEW. Jon was an amazing person, lovable, a guy that loved wrestling, a guy that loved his family above all else. He never failed to make everyone around him laugh. It breaks my heart we never took the picture. He's going to be missed by so many. Leo Rush, one of the coolest people I've ever met outside the ring. So, I don't doubt that I'm gonna really get emotional as the days go by that Brodie Lee's no longer with us now. As soon as I'm done with the stream, which is gonna be any minute now, I'm gonna go watch Brody Cody in the dog collar match. I'm gonna watch his matches against the Shield back in the Wyatt Shield days. You know? Shit, I might go watch some CZW, and I haven't watched that with Brody in a while, but I might need to revisit that as well. It's a Brodie Lee night. It's a Brodie Lee night. But, yeah, I would like for you guys to watch some Brodie Lee matches or promos or interviews tonight. I think that would be very becoming. Hold on, let me take care of something real quick. There we go. But I'm sure he'll be banned anyways, but I don't have any time for that. But yeah, like I said, don't let them win. Don't let the trolls win tonight. It's not worth it. Not worth it at all. Shelton Benjamin, I have only known Jon for a short time. In that time, he was a joy to share a locker room with. We bonded by over him, constantly trying to force the Black Panther handshake every time we greeted each other. I can't believe he's gone. Ricky Starks, from the sunshine to the sweet grass, we travel between the eternities. Greatly said. Apollo Cruz, my thoughts and prayers go out to the Huber family. Thank you for being such an amazing human. Hey man, look, if you guys are gonna cry, let it out, man. Don't hold it back. I'm not gonna lie, a couple tears came out of my eyes before I even pressed the record button here tonight. Just heartstrings are just tugging you, man. But whatever emotions you're feeling right now, it's okay. This is a place where you can come in and, talk and reminisce about Brodie, celebrate the life and legacy of Brodie Lee, and talk about whatever matches or moments that you can remember, whether it's on television or maybe you had a meet or greet with him, or maybe you saw him probably out of left field. Any memories you have, more than welcome to post them in the chat and just talk amongst people in the chat room. Because we're here to heal right now. We're here to heal tonight and mourn, so that way we can celebrate the man going forward. Because that's what we do. Not just in wrestling, but in life. Triple H just tweeted, amazing talent, better human being, husband and father. Yeah. WWE has already tweeted in their account about the passing of Jon Huber. WWE is saddened to learn that Jon Huber, known to WWE fans as Luke Harper, passed away today at age 41. WWE extends its condolences to Huber's family, friends, and fans. Moose, prayers go out to the friends and family of Jon Huber. Never met you, but heard all fantastic things about you. Mustafa Ali tweeted once again here. It's Saturday. You know what that means. Yeah. Yeah. That one actually just hit me. That one hit me. Yeah. This is beautiful. It's really beautiful. Baron Corbin, I consider myself lucky to share the ring, the car for long rides from town to town, and to have been around his wife and children. This one hurts in so many ways. The world lost a wonderful person today. Yeah. Yeah. So, what are we doing afterwards? Are you guys so I'll ask you guys a question here. What are you guys going to watch tonight, or what's the first Brodie Lee thing you're going to watch now that we've learned of his passing? What is going to be the first thing? What's the first match, moment, or interview or promo that you're going to go back to remember Brodie Lee? Which one do you think is something you're going to remember going forward? If you want to post that in the chat, you are more than welcome to do that. But yeah, forgive me for my rambling. Forgive me for just shooting off the dome and just talking about what I feel right now. It's just how I feel right now, man. But I'm sure I'm not the only one that's feeling that same thing too. Well, like I said, I don't have really much else to convey. I wanted to just do this live stream because I wanted to be able to let go my emotions that I feel right now, and I'm sure a lot of your emotions that you're feeling at this moment right now. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of tributes to come for the remainder of this upcoming week into the rest of the year as we head into 2021, where we don't know what's going to happen, or we don't know what 2021 awaits for us. Hopefully some good things, hopefully for the better, but who knows? Who knows? We didn't even know what was going to be in 2020, so. But I just want to say to his wife, his 2 children, his friends, his co-workers, the people that he loved him, the people he loved back. I'm so sorry for your loss, and all of my condolences and all of my my heart goes out to all of you, and hopefully through this unfortunate seldom time you're going through, that you should know that you have a lot of people that loved him too, and that loved to watch what he did best, and that was to entertain, and that we are here to support, and we are here to be by your side by any means possible. And hopefully you can just understand the love we have for what Mr. Huber, your husband, your father, gave to us every time he was on the TV screen, or every time he was on the internet, or what have you. Jon Huber, Brodie Lee, Luke Harper, thank you. Thank you for being one of the most genuine human beings this industry has seen in quite some time. Thank you for being an entertaining vehicle, an entertaining vessel for a lot of us. Thank you for providing us some sort of moment every single interview, every single promo, every single segment, every single match. Thank you for being you. We don't ask for anything more than that, or we shouldn't. But Mr. Brodie Lee, thank you. And we will never forget what you have done for a lot of us that are wrestling fans, and for us as just humans in general. Thank you, Mr. Brodie Lee. And please, rest gracefully and rest in peace. That'll do it for me tonight. I don't know when I'll see you next time, but I'll let you know. Thank you, Brodie Lee, and thank you everybody that joined me in the chat here tonight. Much love, and as always, stay cool.